it. After taking the first game, the Bucks came up small last night in Game 2, losing to the Pacers 125-108. The series is now tied at 1 game apiece. All right, Stephen A., if the Bucks lose in the first round without Giannis, is this season a complete failure?
I'm not going to say that because Giannis was hurt. And there's but so much you can expect from the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis Antetokounmpo. Obviously, you want what you want from Damian Lillard, who's averaging about 34.5 this series thus far. But he's not going to be enough. He wasn't enough by himself in Portland. He wasn't enough with C.J. McCollum. He's not going to be enough for Milwaukee without Giannis. So I wouldn't say that. What I will say is this. There was like literally 10 minutes I was watching in the fourth quarter last night with the Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks. Pacers didn't miss a shot. I mean, I'm looking at the clock like everything they threw up was going in. Nebhard, Miles Turner, I mean, everybody. I'm like, damn, nobody's missing. Nobody. Them brothers can score. And that's why I picked Indiana to win this series, because they can score, and that is just a problem for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I think if they lose even without Giannis, you have to call it a big-time disappointment. They fired a coach. They didn't finish the season well. They ended up with the 4th seed. I know it's tricky to beat Indiana, but I think they got to win this. I think they need to win this series to be a success.
Yeah, I think anything short of losing to Boston, that's how I'd label it too. Because if you pair up 2 players of this caliber, you're expecting a championship. Yeah. Okay, Boston clearly the better team. That'd be the one team. They lose in the first round. I picked the Pacers too, by the way. Bad style for the Bucks to play against.
But even if Giannis is hurt?
You mean what I call it a failure if Giannis is hurt? Yes, I will, because I look at it relative to expectations when they put them together. Okay. You're expecting a championship run regardless of the circumstances. It's a failed season when you have 2 guys on your roster at that level and you don't contend.
Absolutely. All right, let's keep it rolling here, guys. Luka Doncic scored 32 points as the Mavericks even their series with the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard looked a little rusty in his return to the court, scoring 15 points in his first game since March 31st. Dallas won for the first time this season when scoring less than 100 points. Here's a look at the Western odds. The Nuggets are even money favorites to come out of the Western Conference, and then it's a jumble with the Thunder, Wolves, Mavs, Clippers all tightly packed on the odds boards. Tim Legler, you're up first here. Specifically, who would be a bigger threat to the Nuggets? Would you say it's the Mavs or the Clippers when we're looking at styles and matchups?
It's Dallas. I mean, I've been on record for a while saying I think they're going to the conference final, so that clearly means I think they're going to win this series, which is not going to be easy, particularly as Kawhi Leonard starts to find his rhythm, which could be the next game. It's going to be tall order for Dallas. I just love the pieces they've put around Luka. I love the way his relationship with Kyrie has developed to now it's basically seamless, the way that they play together. Nobody is stepping on toes. Nobody's overly deferring. They have figured out the ebb and flow amongst 2 stars. They've added length. They've added athleticism. They've got enough shooting. And then they've got the ultimate X factor, Luka Doncic. You put Luka Doncic in a close game, I trust him more than any player in the league, maybe outside of Jokic. Luka Doncic will get what he wants when he wants it for himself or his team in tight games. And that is why I trust the Dallas Mavericks. I think this is the best team he has had as a pro, and he's already been to 1 conference final. I think it was critical that they ended up out of Denver's bracket. They did that, fortunately for them. So now you get past the Clippers. You've got either Oklahoma City or New Orleans coming out of the next round. I think Dallas wins that series. And I think Dallas ultimately is the last team standing against the Denver Nuggets in large part because I just trust Luka in tight situations.
Listen, Luka's great. He's phenomenal, and I get all of that. I guess the reason why I say the Clippers is because I'm watching Dallas, and obviously Dallas beats the Clippers last night, and I get it. But Zubac appears to be a problem. So it's like, I'm not even thinking about I'm just thinking he's a big boy. You understand? He's a big boy. You saw what he did in game 1 last night. He had 13 points, 12 rebounds. He's a big boy, and size appears to be a problem for Dallas. Gafford, Lively's tall but a bit thin, okay? And I'm looking at Denver, and I'm looking at Jokic, and I'm looking at how he just pushes people around. The man can't jump onto a curb to save his life. Can't jump onto a curb, and you can't stop him. I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable to me, all right? Footwork and all of that stuff, basketball IQ, phenomenal. He's great. I get all of that. But I'm just saying, it's like every time I think about Jokic, I think about Tyson Fury and when he fought up against Deontay Wilder. Because Tyson Fury was like, literally, you'll never get this all-time scene, doggy. Deontay Wilder got his headphones, don't want to answer any questions. Tyson Fury is absolutely disgusted because he flew across the ocean to do the press conference, and he has to promote because Deontay Wilder doesn't want to talk. He said, I'm going to tell you how this is going to be. He said, you're going to go into the fight, and I'm going to come in about 35 to 40 pounds heavier. He said, he said he can't box. So when I hit him, he's going to be there to be hit. He said, but even when I miss, I'm going to lean on him, and I'm going to strip him of his legs, and he's not going to have anything. And sure enough, that's basically what happened. And that's how I look at Jokic. Everything he does, he's always leaning on people. And he's just a big boy. And I think that when you are going against him, you got to be big. You got to be Minnesota. You got to be the Clippers. You got to be somebody like that. That's the only reason I say that. I agree with you about Luka. I agree with you about Luka and Kyrie. But that would be my issue with Dallas against somebody like Denver. They're just so big.
And I agree with Timmy on one point. The winner of this series will definitely beat New Orleans and Oklahoma City without the home court. I 100% agree. The problem that I have, and I think the Clippers will get through this series in 7 games, although I am worried about Harden, because he never plays well when the seasons are on the line. But I will say the Clippers because I think Leonard, when he gets better, and you and I were discussing before the show, we expect improvement in these next few days. I think the Clippers will win a game in Dallas. I think this is a 7-game series, and it's a white knuckler at the end, but I think the Clippers will win because of Leonard, and that's why I would have to give them a better chance against Denver because I think they'll beat OKC. I think Denver's going to win anyway, but I think the Clippers will be the team that they play.
Clearly, we all trust Kawhi Leonard in a big spot.
Absolutely.
He's got a track record.
He's great.
If he's on the court. If he's on the court, I trust him.
Do you trust Luka?
Yes.
Has Kyrie Irving earned your trust?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Let's look at the other side. You trust James Harden?
No.
Do you trust Paul George?
You know what?
Trust Westbrook. Energy will be there, but the decision making.
That's
do
fair.
you trust those things?
I trust
in that spot.
I trust Kawhi and Paul George if they're on the court together. I do trust that. I do.
I agree.
I trust that.
I agree.
Look, no one will be shocked if the Clippers win this series. I just think I'm putting my money on the guy that is in control, and that is Luka Doncic. He controls possessions. You cannot affect him. He's similar to Jokic. He's just a little bit smaller, the way they operate. They're wide. They're strong. Everything that they do looks effortless because of their strength and their IQ, and they can beat you as a scorer or a passer. I put him in that category with Jokic, and I think you get it still. Even a Game 7 on the road, Luka Doncic has proven what that looks like. Just ask the Phoenix Suns.
Absolutely right.
So I'm just putting my faith in Luka. I'm not going to be shocked that the Clippers win. I just think Luka gets it done.
I'll tell you right now, I don't know if we're going to have a lot of Game 7s. I don't know if Philadelphia is going to get to a set. Miami isn't. The Lakers aren't. I don't think New Orleans is. You guys both think Minnesota's got
Milwaukee,
Phoenix.
Indy could be.
That could be.
Yeah.
Phoenix won't. So most of you guys, this might be the one.
I'm just hoping and
praying.
praying.
That'd be a great game.
Yeah,
that'd be a great game.
I'm just hoping and praying the Lakers can get to 6.
Don't hold your breath.
I know.
That was an awful loss.
Yes.
And then LeBron moaning about calls at the end of the game.
He was right about that.
Oh, I don't want to hear it.
The ref did hold their whistle. Now, you blew a 20-point lead. You blew a 20-point lead.
Line.
But the referees did hold their whistle.
He gets
I went back and watched the game. I went back and watched the game. They did hold their whistle, though. You did get some calls.
Hey, listen, if you're the Lakers, here's the thing. If you have 3 guys play that well offensively
You can't lose.
and have a 20-point lead,
you can't lose.
and you still don't get that one,
you can't lose.
That's a gut punch.
You can't lose. It's
I
a
don't
gut
know how you
punch.
recover from it.
I don't know how you can recover from it at all. They better do a Game 3 because if they don't win Game 3, they're getting swept.
All right.
They get
As
swept.
for this conversation, the Clippers went 2-2 versus the Nuggets this season, and the Mavs went 1-2.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a